The video for March 26, 2017 is entitled Love Line and Reconnecting with Old Friends. This afternoon, I will be going to my friend Margie's Love Line, which will mean this video will not go live on Facebook till 1 or 2 hours later than normal. Of course, many will not even know what a love line is. It's actually part of a workshop for emotional healing. I was part of the workshop community for many years, so I expect to be connecting with many other longtime friends. My hope is that some healing will take place. Whatever happens, it should be interesting, since many of those I expect to see are part of the only positive crowd that seems to be most of the spiritual community in which I was involved for years. Many have adopted the belief that what you focus on expands, so they avoid dealing with the symptoms we face as humans, being controlled by less than honorable people who, to me and others, seem to be demon-possessed, which, of course, requires secrecy. Yes, it's the New World Order crowd, often referred to as the Illuminati or Cabal. Indeed, I'm looking forward to this event with some hope and some trepidation. Trepidation, of course, for the reasons that I just mentioned in the video. My friend Margie and others are part of the New Thought community, which I have aligned with for a long time. That's unity and science of mind. And you look behind me, and the Mary, I don't know if you can see all of it, but anyway, the Mary Horgan Center, and I have a picture of Mary Horgan that you can't see in the video, but Mary Horgan was my non-judgmental mom, is what I always referred to her as, and I was the son she never had. She never had any children, and she sort of semi-adopted me, not legally, but in a figurative sense. And I was part of that community for a long time. The one thing that put me at odds with many in the community was the fact that I continued to stand up for political change. Because to me, the spiritual awakening and the spiritual renewal cannot happen in a secrecy world. If you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But if you're always putting your head in the sand and turning away from what you don't want to see and refusing to look at it, you'll never heal. You'll never get the situation handled in a way that will be positive and bring positive results. You'll keep recycling the same old pattern, which is the nature of the New World Order people, the demonically controlled, demonically possessed individuals who have been running roughshod over planet Earth for a long time. That's why there's so much war. That's why there's that people that are in charge don't tell the truth. If their lips are moving, they're lying. And many people that claim to be spiritual and see themselves as spiritual, and I'm not saying they're not spiritual, because we're all spiritual, regardless of whether we're on the light side or dark side. We're all spiritual beings. But there are those that don't want to address the issues because they have a stake in it of keeping this, they're protecting those that want to keep it a secret. And one of the big things that's come out in recent months is the rampant pedophilia in Washington, D.C. and Hollywood and New York and around the world, where the pedophiles actually use children to sacrifice and stuff like that. This is something that has to be brought out, because we don't fix what we don't face. We have to look at the problem, both individually in our own lives and collectively in the life of our society. If we're going to correct the situation, we can't have secrecy. Secrecy is repugnant, as I think it was Kennedy who said, to a free and loving people. It's repugnant to people that want to do the right thing and want to see a world that works for everybody. In any case, I know I'm going to be connecting with people, and I don't know how many of the issues that I'm talking about now will end up being even brought up in the Loveline meeting. It's going to be from noon till 5-ish, and if it's as big a crowd as I'm expecting, it might go to 6-ish. But I think the room is only rented till at the most till 6 o'clock, so I don't think it'll go beyond that. In any case, folks, I'll report, I guess, in the next video on what happened. I'm recording this obviously before I've even gone. It's only it just turned 6 a.m. where I am, so it's quite early in the morning here, which is normal for me to make my videos very early. Pray for me, and it's of course going to be too late as far as for what happens in the Loveline, but continue to pray for me and for all of humanity, that we will have an awakening that actually addresses the problem, and that we will be able to bring in the extraterrestrial, also known as spiritual forces, necessary to take out these people who refuse to repent, who refuse to tell the truth, who love secrecy, who love their practice of stealing energy from little innocent children, both sexually and through murder. We need to address these things, folks. That's why we've been given the opportunity. That's why it's come out. The mainstream media tries to keep it hushed and under the rug, whitewash the whole thing, and pretend that it's not what anybody says. Well, that's bull. It is what we've said, and it needs to be addressed. And a true love line will address these things. People of the heart will want to heal and want to help others heal. And I do believe that Margie and others are people of the heart. But like many, we've been deceived for a long time on one side or another. And I'm hoping that we wake up quickly enough to allow and to bring in the forces of light that will expose the horrendous criminality that has been going on in high places for millennia, folks. And I want to see it fixed. That's what my life is about. That's why I make videos, and to expose the things that have been hidden in darkness is to become awakened and more enlightened. It's not by pretending they don't exist that these changes will come. And I'm hoping we get some divine help because God knows, and I know we need it. Thank you for listening, and namaste.